For some of you, it's easier to visualize what we just did with the square root of 58. Remember, the square root means to try to find the side length of the area of 58 if 58 is the area of a square. So we've already done it mathematically. If we look at why we chose the square root of 49 and the square root of 64 to estimate, we could do that visually. So first I'm going to build the square that's 49. Maybe. Pick the color here. It's not drawing a square. Oh, there it is. So I'm going to put this square on these dots and stretch it until I know it's 7 high. 1, 2, remember we're counting spaces. 3, 4, 5, 6, gotta go one more. And of course now I have to shrink it. I would have rather drawn it, but we'll live with this. So there's my 49 area square. It's 7 by 7 dots. So it's 49. The square I'm focusing on has an area of 58. But I can't show you that because it's not a perfect square. I have to look at the two squares it would go between. If I make the other square a different color, let's pick blue, then that square would be there. And I'm going to make that go to the background so we can still see the red square. It's in behind the red square. It's one step higher because it has a side length of 8. So before, when we did this, we talked about that 49 as a perfect square has 7, and 64 as a perfect square has a side of 8. We know that if I build that square of 58, it's going to fall in between here somewhere because it's bigger than the square that's 49, but it's going to be smaller than the blue square that's 64. That means its side length is somewhere in the 7s. We just don't know the decimal. That's why that calculation, we want to know the halfway, because there's 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right up to 0.9 possible places between the red square's height and the blue square's height. That's why we use the halfway spot. So like we could say right here is the 7.5. We need to figure out if that square that's going to have a 58 area would stretch higher than 7.5 or lower than the 7.5 and still be bigger than the red but smaller than the blue. So just to show you what it looked like, because we figured it was somewhere around 7.7 or 7.8. If I pick yellow, we figured out that that 58 area square is higher than 7.5, but not as big as blue. So again, I will make that go back some. We'll just send it backward, maybe. guy back behind him. There we go. Now we can see how 58 compares. A square with an area of 58 compares to a square with an area of 49 and to the blue square that has the area of 64. The yellow is not perfect because it doesn't fit the 1 unit dot. Hopefully that visual helps you understand why we did that process a little bit better.